This week we have got a beautiful black opal knobby. Now, this knobby is a dead giveaway of where it comes from, in my opinion anyway. It actually comes from a field called Jag Hill, and Jag Hill produced very, very large stones, very big knobbies, a lot of green, blue, and green orange and orange green. Not a lot of red. So there has been some red from Jag Hill, but nowhere near as much as there has been really large stones of green, orange, and green and blue. So what a magnificent field it has been over the years. And this piece here is an example of it, which it has a white crockery top as a cap and a nice potch on the back, with a colour bar going right through the middle of it. So it's a really great example. I'm hoping that this thing will cut something magnificent. And as you can see from the side, there's a lot of blue, there's a little bit of green. I'm hoping, as a trait from Jag Hill, when you face these bluey sort of stones, they can turn blue-green. That's my hope. So I love this type of opal. It's really enjoyable to cut, and hopefully you get to enjoy this one too, because I can't see much going wrong, because these types of knobbies from Jag Hill usually are a very high percentage of success rate. So let's get on that wheel and see how she cuts. Let's get this. Well, let's have a quick look at it first. So you can see that white cap. That white cap is the Jag Hill Special. Very, very prominent feature of what Jag Hill can look like. And then you've got your potch on the back. Now, sand here can give us issues, and I'm guessing that probably there's a good chance that half of it will probably get eaten. Possibly, don't know yet. We just have to get into it and open it up a little bit more. So let's get that wheel going and see what happens. Come on. I absolutely love these types of knobbies. They are the go-to. Alright. Wow, look at that. Just touched it and all the sand's just come off, and there's solid potch behind it. Wow. Oh, and look at that. Now the colour's there, all the way back there. Wow. That's given me hope. Hey-ya. Hey-ya. All that colour. Look at that straight colour bar. What? Oh, no way, look at this. I can see a bit of a natural crack there. It should come out. Not too far in. Wow. Well, let's keep going round and around. So you can see the colour bar wedges, it goes on an angle up. There's a little crack there, and a crack there. So we just need to make sure we can get those cracks out. So the crack's sitting right near that cap. Interesting. Hopefully we get that out. Alright. See this crack here going just underneath there. That needs to come out. Now it looks like it goes fairly deep inwards, but if I turn that blue-green around that way, as I was talking about, that possibility of this being more green than blue from the top is quite high, so it could be quite good. We could be looking at something pretty cool. Alright. I'm going in. Here we go. There's, oh wow, so there's a really good telltale just sitting right there. Look at that magnificence. Jeez. Nice colour. Sometimes the white cap on an opal can put pressure on the good quality opal and cause it to crack. So by grinding that away takes all of the pressure away from the stone and it won't crack again. Look at that. That magic stone. Oh, wow. I'm pretty sure that I can see a bit more of the crack is still there. It needs to come out more. We might find it'll chip out when I work on it a little bit further. Yep, just about out. You can see there's just some remnants there. They'll come out. Look at that magic pattern. It's almost palette pattern. Flagstone, chaff and palette. That's great. Woo! We'll give it a bit of a shape now. I might take a lot of that back off because it doesn't need that much back on it. And that potch in the middle has gone darker, which means this will definitely be a black opal down inside. I love it. I love it. Oh, I love it when a plan comes together. This is so good. Oh, what a magnificent stone. Jag Hill produces again. Look at that. Beautiful. Oh yeah. Magnificent. We are ready for the dopstick. Yes, come on! Alright. So, what a cracker of a piece. Just all of the sand and inclusions around the outside just cleaned up. And that's really a good trait of Lightning Ridge Jag Hill Opal. It does, however, have still a remnants of a natural crack that has shown up. I will have to cut it in a fair way, so it's not going to be as fat an oval as it is. And the more it dries out, the more it seems to be showing that crack up more. So a lot of the time when you have a stone like this and it has a crack and it's wet, it's really hard to see the crack, but once it starts drying out, you can spot it. So it's good to leave it for a little bit and let it dry out, which is what's happened here. You can see it very clearly. So we'll get this, actually, I might take this back on the wheel just a little bit more and get that crack out properly, because if I can almost chip that out now. I can see it there very plain as day. There we go, I've chipped it out, and you can see where the crack was. The question is, are the cracks out? I think that answers your question. That's better. Now the cracks are out, and we're ready to give it a nice polish. Very cool. There's nothing quite like it when a plan comes together. A purchase, a risk, but a calculated one. The rock was always going to be the same, but how it turned out was up to me. And while someone else might have approached it differently, I approached it with all the knowledge passed on to me from my father. For those of you who never met my dad, his name was Jürgen. He was a very kind man and a great father. He was considered one of the greatest opal cutters on the planet, with skills of carving and artistry that were beyond measure. I only got a few chances to video him before he passed, but with him went so much knowledge of all types of opal and how they cut. He knew every field and its formations and how to attack an opal, but even he sometimes studied an opal for weeks at a time before touching it on the cutting wheel. It taught me patience. Sometimes you should leave a stone for a while and study it before you cut it. Sometimes you realise that if you had taken your time, you may have got a better outcome. Not all of my decisions are perfect, nor are they always right, but neither were my dad's. He always said to me, I will never stop learning about opal, because just around the corner there could be a new opal field you haven't seen before. Shows you new formations that don't make sense or go against what you've learnt already. Like the time we discovered witches' hat knobbies that were formed upside down. We had to cut them backwards. We learnt a very big and costly lesson that day, but it all forms a bank of memories that help you understand this wild gemstone. Opal will always keep you on your toes. And I'll be the first to say I have opal fever, and it's incurable, just like my dad did. Here's a question for you. If you could have your ultimate opal, the best you've ever seen, what colours would they be? Let me know in the comments below. Wow. What a beautiful stone. Let's get these scales going. I'm so excited. This one's just worked out beautifully. And just waiting for the scales to come on to see what it comes to in carats. Drum roll. 9.32. Loving it. Loving it. What a beautiful stone. That dome is nice. Everything about it is really pleasing. And that's Jag Hill for you. Wow. Very, very nice. So let's get the calculator. 9.32 times 1,500 a carat. That's a $14,000 gem. Magnificent. I am so happy. That's a cracker. So, wow, we've been through some sand lately. We've been through some problems, some potch coming up in the face. There's been a lot of issues with a lot of stones we've had. And finally, we have a stone that just beautifully shaped. Sand came away. It went kapow, kapow. It was perfect. That was so good. I'm so happy. This was a cracker. I'm glad I got to share it with you guys. So anyway, thanks for watching and we'll see you next time. Hopefully without sand or potch or inclusions.